Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. So we hosted a wedding, we made a wedding dress, and I promised that I'm coming back to show you guys how we did it. We cut and sewed it. So but I'll be honest with you, I will not be very well detailed about it, but step by step you will still understand. If you have any question, you drop it at the comment section, I will answer. So this is the day I went to dress her. In fact, I have to even pack some more flowers. I went with more flowers. That's the beginning of this video. We see the flowers on the veil. I did everything. The veil was from us, the bow at the back was from us, and the gown itself from us. Everything, you will even see the video how it was made. So I want you to stick to the end of this video and just be patient to watch it. You might learn, even if you know, you might learn something from it. So first off, we'll start cutting the front down of the gown, the skirt part of this gown, the downside, before we join it with the up. Okay, so I will remove her half length, which is 17. Place the tape to hip. Hip standard measurement is 25. 25. Okay, like I said, I removed 17. I started the tape. I placed the tape from 17 to 25. Then the new length 36 to the full length. You see, I added my tape, I shifted the tape, I made her length in front 66. So even if you wear shoe, like you see, when she was wearing, you will not see it. 66. I think her gown length is 58. Yes, her gown length was 58, so it's 66 because of the shoes, and it's a wedding gown. So we use ruler to mark it out. If you notice very well, I'm using a pencil to draw a line. You know, it's a white, and this is bridal satin, white bridal satin. I'm using doll face, the one inside before the lace. Okay, round waist divided by 4, round hip divided by 4. I'm joining the dots. See, I'm joining and round, and the hip. How do we get the nail length? Is the hip. What you get in the hip, you remove 3 inches to get your nail length. You add your sewing allowance. Then you see how wide the down is. I open it so wide. I can't remember how wide I opened it, the down part. But if you can see, it's very wide. It's more than 25. The initial one would do on a normal gown. So this is the front side using bridal satin. So the back side is going to it was a very big work for us, because the table did not contain it. The back was very long. The back length was more than 100, more than 120. So, but as long as it can be, she says she wants it long. Okay, like I said, I'm not going into details like that. The way I'm talking, I know you will understand. You can even use it to sew yours. So place the front side to get the back side, but the back side will have this longness at the back. The camera is not covering it all, but the length is added so much. Like I said, the back is more than 120. To even the hair, can you see how long it is? Okay, the table couldn't contain itself. Just add your zip allowance, and that is all. Then her hip, I didn't do exactly her hip. Her hip was 44, so I did it 46 because I'm going to pad it. I added hip for her because I'm going to pad the hip. So I have a detailed video on how to pad hip. I will tag it to this link from this wedding gown. It's from this wedding gown. I posted it earlier, but I'm going to tag it to this video, so that if you want to watch how I padded the hip. Okay, that's this down now. I'm still adding up the down because this is not the bridal satin was not enough, so I'm going to add. When you sew it and iron it before you start joining anything, nobody will know it was joined. Okay, so I'm going to use pin to secure what I have joined it. You see, like this is how I joined it, and I'm going to secure it so that when I'm sewing it, I won't have problems looking for the upside or the downside. Okay, close it. It's time for us to cut the lace. Exactly what we'll cut at the bridal satin, the same thing we were going to cut at the lace. On the lace, the same front, the same back, but the lace was 8 yards, but it was still remaining like 2 yards. Okay, because the major place that carry this lace is this down, and the upside, the sleeves. I'm going to explain those ones detailed. The sleeves is a skein net and a design like you saw her walking around. So this down, that's all for this down. Like I said, I'm not doing detailed well like a beginner. But even if a beginner with this, I watch another beginner video, you'll be able to get all that you need. You can even sew it. Okay, so this is the hip padding or the lining. So I will tag the video down below on the description box so that you will go and watch it. You will sew the hip on the lining, like from even her wedding gown video. You can see nobody noticed her hip was padded, but that's not her normal hip. Okay, just looking like her body, but it gave her a very fine shape. So this is the upper bodice. This is the upper part. This is shoulder to her bust, shoulder to her half length. There's something I want to tell you. I did not do corset on top of it. I just wanted a very classic dress for her. So I did the corset, inner corset that we'll wear before we wear this. So breast point, half length. So I'm going to give this dart from the armhole, the breast dart, immediately from under bust to 6 inches, like this. This is where you place it. Then here to 6 inches. In between is 4, like nipple to nipple. In between is 4. So you notch that's this thing, the breast under the armhole. It will give a fine fitting, like you are doing a breast cut without even cutting it. Okay, so her round neck, I did 3. Down, I did 3 because it's a high neck. Okay, but the back is a high back. 1 inch for the length, and the width the same 3 inches. You see, I cut it together. Later I will reduce. That's the zip allowance for the back. Then I added the 3 inches for the neck. It will not choke her, it will still be high. And if you check her wedding gown again, you will notice the skin net. I tried to get what match her skin very well. Okay, that's all. I'm going to hold the 2 darts, these darts, and the under the armhole darts. Then the back darts I'm going to hold to more than her. I'm going to hold up to 7 inches at the back. The darts at the back to 7 inches, where you see is giving that breast cut illusion. You see, because of the armhole dart, the breast darts, and the one down. So this is the back with the zip allowance. It's only the lace I'm cutting. I'm going to join it with the down. I'm measuring round bust, round on the half length, so that I can join it together. Remember, I told you when you're using white, you use pencil, it will not show. It's only you that you are working on the fabric will see it. Because after this, we are going to dry clean this dress. Give it to the guys that dry clean wedding gown. Okay, so I try ironing all those darts. You can see the zip allowance near it. You see those back darts that are very long. So the same thing to the front. I will iron those darts. See how the darts came. Iron the darts. Then join the shoulder, join the two sides. You see how it has lapped onto my breast. See, it has lapped as if I did breast cuts. Most times when you don't want to do that breast cut in the dress, like all this English attire, you can do this other bust that it will give the same look. Lap. So I'm going to reduce the shoulder that I gave excess. Remark my armhole and reshape it. So here now, after we've drawn and remeasured, the size is okay for her. We are going to remove the shoulder. I did a loose stitches on the shoulder, so we are going to cut the skin nets that will be up and give a sweetheart net. And this time I'm not going to cut it. I didn't cut it the shoulder different, the sleeves different. I'm going to cut together with this sleeve, the shoulder with the sleeve. I hope you understand. Okay, this is the time for us to cut the skin net. I bought two different types of skin net, but when she came for measuring after her weight loss, I tested one was very perfect on her, so I will use that one. So I put a small pieces to fill the breast on top of it. So I measure from there to the shoulder to where I want the sweetheart to stop, almost under the armhole. You will check where you want it to stop. Armhole, when it's under the armhole, I think it's kind of beautiful, classy. So see, I measured and I use my pencil to mark. So make sure the sweetheart is at the center. Arrange your fabric to be at the center. So I'm going to use this front to cut the back of it, because back and front is going to be skin net. Okay, but it's not going to be sweetheart, it's going to be straight at the back with a deeper back, so that we'll have a sexy bride that day. Okay, this is it. So we are going to keep this aside and use the upper part to cut the skin net. You fold the skin net into 4, not into 2, into 4, so that you have all the edges folded. Then this part I'm cutting now, I added 1/2 inch allowance for sewing allowance. I have a yoke. This is the yoke cutting video that a well-detailed yoke cutting video. Without you waiting for the person to come for you to measure, you can do this and it will come up. But I will show you her first fitting. It's coming up. Just exercise patience. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. If you have not like our video. If you know somebody that need to see this video, you see the sleeve is cut together. You share with the person. The sleeve is cut together with the with the yoke. I didn't want that sleeve sewing by the armhole. So I cut it together. This is how I cut it. I just created a sleeve with the lining, put it together as you saw, and cut it together. See how it looks. That is how I made that wedding gown you are seeing. I have joined it together already, but I got exactly the color of the thread of that sleeve, of the skein net. But you can still, if you're a patient person, you can look for this our invincible thread for sewing this kind of skein nets. They will not see it, but I got exactly this thread. I didn't see invisible thread around. I used exactly the thread. You won't even notice. You won't still see, even if you are close, you won't still see it. Okay, this is how it looks. This is how upper part is looking. Because after this, we're going to cut corsets with bust caging. In fact, inside that she'll wear inside, cage her before she wears this gown. This is how our upper part is looking. So we are going to join it with the down part after adding the hip padding. It's just for us to join it with the down part. But there's a way I joined it because there's a design under this one. I'm going to trim the design on the top part. I have already joined this into its lining, cover it like inner sewings. So I'm reducing her waist too because we're going to sew corset, inner corset that will tie her down. Okay, this is the gown without the corset on a dress form. You can see the hip padding after joining the two sides. Then this cape on top, I just used 1.5 yard, sew it together, put it on top. So this cape, I just cut 1 yard of Mikado silk, white Mikado silk, join it to the zip side at the back, then gather the front side under one of her busts. That is how I got. It was not hard, and I just used pin to hold to give it a rough edges at all corners, making it to look. And if you see the skein net, it's not showing you. You can watch. This is her status. I even copied this from her status. It's not showing. The neck is okay, and you see how the flowers came out. So I will show you how I did these flowers. Okay, this is on the skin. This is from her status. I copied this. You can see the neck lapped very well. There was no adjustment. In fact, when she came, everything combed her body, like, like I keep seeing people doing, like coming. Somebody must come before they will do yoke. Okay, this is the edge. I used soldering iron to remove the edges of a lace. Not edges. I bought 2 yards of lace to do this. After removing it with that soldering iron give you a clean edges. Then you iron it. You can start placing it. This is the part that I was placing the flowers on this thing. It took a lot of time. This thing I'm doing how many minutes video? It took me, let me just say, 1 week. If you check very well in this video, I was changing dresses, I was changing so it's not one day something. And using pins to secure. I use pins to secure these flowers before using this gum machine. I bought that gum machine, gum. I had that gum machine, so I bought gum inside to use it and secure it before they started tagging on it. And then this is where I was adding the flowers the way it will look fine. But if you watch on the beginning of the video, that's on her wedding day, she told me to add more flowers because her church will not agree some parts that is showing, her bust is showing. So that we use the flower to cover it. That is why you see me sewing flowers on her wedding day. So I added on the sleeves using pin to secure it. Okay. So this is where I added all the flower on top of the mannequin. This is it after adding the flower. There are pins on it. There are pins on it on the sleeve. The sleeve was not enough. I wanted to add flower. Even on the body, I added flower in front. This is how it looks. Okay, this is the boss caging. I will add the link to this video I will add it to the description box. The boss caging tutorial. Okay, so I made a different corset top, and I'm going to tag that corset video how I made it, and that's the same way I made this corset top. This is what she will wear inside before that particular gown we just finished right now. Okay, so I will tag the video, the full detailed video of how to cut that particular corset top that I'm cutting here. There's no need trying to explain it bit by bit again. I was thinking I will explain it again, but I remember that we have the video already. If you have not watched it, I will put it in the description box for this corset. Okay, after doing all this, I just want to show you what I did, the different thing from this video to the other corset top video. Okay, like after I padded it, now look at it, I've already padded with hasty all through. This is hasty. Okay, I have fixed the, like I said, I will show you video of this caged cup. Okay, I'm going to iron it right now. So draw a line bit by bit. That's the only difference between this corset top and the other corsets that I want to put in the description box. I'm going to draw a line where I want to put the plastic boning inside, instead of me getting, you see the way I would draw. Once I draw the lines, how many you want it to be, so that it will cage very well on her body, and when you're dragging it at the back to close the back, it will stay and it will be stiff. So I want to first iron all the joinings, then I will go and sew on top. That's the only difference between this one and that video I will put on in the description box. Okay, after ironing it very well, it looks very neat. This is how it looks. So this one is just to cover the mouth of the cage, the boss cage. So after making the lines to put my plastic bony inside, you iron it, to give you a good line, a good neat work. So now I have to burn it with lighter. I didn't even know where my distance is. Burn it with lighter and start adding it. I didn't know where the other time on the other video, on the other corset video, I used what do they call it? I used masking tape. Look at our corset top that she will wear inside with boss cage. This one thing with this boss caging, it holds the breast very well. It's very firm. Look at it. Look at the finishing. See, when you finish, you use 2 inches fabric to pipe it down, and that is all. This is our first fitting. This is our first fitting. She just came on it.
It's already set.
Yes. But she was telling me to add more flowers. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share, somewhere that you just see. There was so little adjustment on the zip. That was more for me. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Only tailor in town, fashion designer at KC. Let me go.